Hello everyone, my name is Jagdishwar. I am studying MTech CAD/CAM. Now I am here to explain you about rapid tooling techniques. Now in this rapid prototyping, we have this topic as rapid tooling. Now we are going to see now rapid tooling. What is rapid tooling? Then what are the types of rapid tooling in indirect techniques? In that we are going to discuss two of those techniques, that is silicon rubber tooling and spray metal tooling. Now, what is rapid tooling? The term rapid tooling is a process which either uses a rapid prototyping model as a pattern to create a mold quickly. As you know, the current tool, die and injection mold industry worldwide, it is estimated to involve annual revenues between $4 and $65 billion depending upon the estimation, source and methodology. Of this, the present share of rapid tooling is around $400 million. The amount the rapid tooling will capture in future is still unknown because this is an emerging technology in the latest manufacturing techniques and in additive manufacturing. So it is recognized that tooling lead time can be reduced by as much as half with the aid of rapid tooling. Hence, rapid tooling is particularly important in the niche market, thriving on product variety rather than production volume. Time is essence in such industries. Now, at the minimum, rapid tooling can be seen as a means of transferring non-functional models constructed from a range of rapid prototyping techniques discussed in previous uh, in manufacturing processes. So, on the other hand, it can also be as a second wave in robot prototyping because with rapid tooling, the production process can be prototyped instead of final product. So we can access our finished product before, and we can do analysis before actually manufacturing the product. Unlike models produced for concept verification or communication, tools needed to be manufactured to specification must be durable through to last the desired number of shots. Now, actually, through this rapid prototyping tooling process, we have so many advantages, and some of these are to minimize the cost, increase the productivity, increase the dimensional accuracy, decrease the total time. Now, actually, how this rapid tooling is different from the conventional tooling. The tooling time. If you take in conventional machinings, for every manufacturing process we should it will take the different type of timings. But in this rapid tooling, if you manufacturing a tool once, and it can be used for different type of parts and a batch number of parts. That is for molding and casting process. If once the pattern is made and once the mold is made, n number of components can be manufactured easily. The tooling cost. So when coming to this tooling cost, if you have one mold and a number of components are manufactured, obviously we can reduce the tooling cost. Instead, in conventional machining, for every component we have to manufacture, and we have to develop a new tool. And coming to this tool life is similar. Depending upon this many rapid tooling techniques, we have increased the life of the tools. And when compared to this conventional machining process, it depends upon the machining process, these tolerances. Once the rapid tooling is produced, we can get a good tolerance components. Now, what is the different types and what are the classifications of this rapid tooling techniques? Initially, this rapid tooling is normally classified into two types, that is indirect rapid tooling and direct rapid tooling. In this rapid tooling techniques have been classified in various ways as prototype, bridge, production, and soft, bridge and hard tooling, and non-direct as direct as said. While these groupings are not usually have clear definitions or borders, they do help in clarifying a given rapid tooling scenario. When coming to this soft tooling refers to tools required for small quantity production. Hard tooling is opposite, whereas bridge tooling is somewhere in between. So, in the view of small production quantities, tooling cost reduction is a prime importance of soft tooling. So, in this way we can classify various types of rapid tooling techniques, but I have classified only in indirect type and direct type. And here are some of the techniques for indirect rapid tooling techniques, as RSP tooling, reconfigurable tooling, silicon rubber tooling, aluminum filed epoxy tooling, and spray metal tooling, cast Kirkzite, and 3D Keltool rim. Now we are going to see this silicon rubber tooling. This is one of the popular tooling, and where the application of this rapid prototyping is being done, where we will use this silicon rubber material as a mold material, and we'll used it for as a pattern. First we have to manufacture a pattern using our rapid prototyping technology, as additive manufacturing does help us. After preparing this pattern, we are able to manufacture a mold, as we are going to see this process in coming slides. This is the process of making the rubber mold. Consists of making a master pattern using on an RP machine. That is, depending upon the CAD model and depending upon our component, we will develop a design of our product, and then using this RP, that is rapid prototyping machinery, that is 3D printing, we will manufacture this master pattern. After finishing this pattern in your desired appearance, or depending upon your model, now casting silicon rubber is put around this pattern to form the mold, and then the injection molding with two parts thermoset materials to create the molten plastic parts. As you see in this figure, there are the 6 steps to manufacture this silicon rubber mold using this rapid prototyping, and this will be the rapid tooling. So in first step, we will be manufacturing this rapid prototyping pattern using this 3D printer, as I have said. So, and then next step, in one tube we will be taking this silicon rubber material surrounded with this pattern, and this later on we will flip that pattern, and the mold second side is being placed with the air tube and the filler pattern. Now after it solidifies, remove this pattern and cut it off through this parting line. We can separate the two parts, and now if we remove this pattern, our silicon mold will be ready for the manufacturing of any plastic materials. And now, as you can see in the figures, these are the two molds which are manufactured using the silicon rubber tooling. As I said, this silicon rubber tooling provides fast and inexpensive molds, excellent parts cosmetics, and the option of using multiple materials. That is, we can use any type of material, and it depends upon customer requirements. So this process is suitable for small or medium sized parts. Another benefit of silicon rubber tooling is a negative draft that can be achieved due to the flexibility of this mold material. Now we are going to see about this spray metal tooling. After preparing this component using this RP rapid prototyping, we will be spraying some metal as a thin layer over this pattern, so as to produce higher strength and maximum tool life. So in next slides we will be seeing this. As you see, in the first step, it is a rapid prototyping model, and you will take the metal spraying, and a thin layer of metal spraying is spread over this our rapid prototype model, and then once the spraying is finished, you will be keeping that in the mold, and after that this pattern is taken out, so that when we use this mold for manufacturing of so many components, the mold should not wear, and so as to enhance and give the maximum tool life. These are some of the components manufactured using this spray metal tooling. Thank you.